Can you feel that familiar ache, that gnawing frustration when a championship-caliber team, brimming with talent and ambition, is held back by one glaring, undeniable weakness? The Boston Celtics, a franchise synonymous with winning, have assembled a roster that, on paper, should strike fear into the hearts of opponents. Yet, as the season unfolds, a critical flaw, a gaping hole in their foundation, threatens to derail their title aspirations. Tonight, we're diving deep into the Celtics' most pressing problem and exploring a bold, strategic move that could not only plug that hole, but also send a resounding message across the league. Boston is not taking a year off, and they are ready to make a championship push. Is it time for the Celtics to make a decisive move, even if it means parting ways with a $100 million guard to finally solve their big problem? Welcome, basketball purists and passionate fans, to a story that's less about the thrill of a buzzer beater and more about the strategic chess match that defines championship contention in the NBA. The Boston Celtics, a team that consistently finds itself in the upper echelons of the Eastern Conference, entered this season with a clear understanding of their primary vulnerability, the center position. It was a known issue, a potential Achilles heel, that if left unaddressed, could prove to be their undoing in the relentless grind of the regular season and the unforgiving crucible of the playoffs. Despite their undeniable talent, their star power, and their deep-rooted winning culture, the Celtics have been forced to rely on a patchwork solution in the paint. Names like Nemias Quetta, Josh Minott, and Luka Garza have been tasked with shouldering the crucial minutes at center, a rotation that, while providing effort and occasional flashes, simply doesn't measure up to the demands of a true championship contender. These are players who, while valuable in certain roles, lack the consistent impact, the defensive anchor, and the rebounding prowess required to go toe-to-toe with the league's elite big men. It's a situation that, for a team with the Celtics' aspirations, feels like trying to win a heavyweight boxing match with one hand tied behind your back. The early returns on the season have only underscored this glaring deficiency. While a 5-6 record to start the year might not immediately trigger panic alarms for every franchise for the Boston Celtics, it's a clear indicator that something isn't quite right. This isn't a team that accepts mediocrity. This is a team that expects to be at the top, competing for the number 1 seed and home court advantage throughout the playoffs. And despite this somewhat underwhelming start, the message from the organization is crystal clear. The Celtics show no signs of taking a year off. There is no rebuild, no retooling, no acceptance of anything less than a full-throttle pursuit of Banner 18. This unwavering commitment to winning, even in the face of early struggles, is what makes the current center dilemma so urgent, so critical, and so ripe for a bold, decisive intervention. The question, then, is not if the Celtics need to address this problem, but how. And in the intricate world of NBA trades, where every move is a delicate balance of assets, needs, and salary cap implications, finding the perfect solution requires astute analysis and a willingness to make tough decisions. This is where the insights of experts become invaluable, cutting through the noise and pointing towards potential game changers. Cal Durrett of Hoops Habit, respected voice in basketball analysis, believes he has identified the ideal fit, a player who could immediately transform the Celtics' fortunes and solidify their championship aspirations. Durrett's analysis points to 2 potential backup trade targets that Boston must seriously consider: Dallas Mavericks big man Daniel Gafford and Chicago Bulls center Nikola Vucevic. Both are proven commodities, players who could undoubtedly provide an upgrade over the Celtics' current center rotation. However, after a thorough examination of their respective skill sets and fit within the Celtics system, Durrett concludes that Daniel Gafford might be the superior option, primarily due to his exceptional balance on both ends of the floor. This isn't just about adding size, it's about adding the right kind of size, a player whose contributions perfectly complement the existing strengths of the Celtics roster. So, let's talk about Daniel Gafford, the 27-year-old center who could be the missing piece to the Celtics championship puzzle. What makes him such an ideal fit? And why is he the player Durrett believes could solve so many of Boston's issues? The answer lies in his specialized skill set, a combination of attributes that are precisely what the Celtics desperately need. First and foremost, Gafford provides elite rim protection. In today's NBA, where offensive schemes are designed to attack the paint and draw fouls, having a legitimate shot blocker and deterrent at the rim is paramount. Gafford possesses the athleticism, length, and timing to alter shots, block attempts, and force opponents into uncomfortable finishes. This isn't just about individual statistics, it's about the ripple effect his presence has on the entire defense. When opponents know there's a formidable presence protecting the basket, it changes their approach, forcing them to settle for less efficient shots and allowing perimeter defenders to play more aggressively. This would immediately alleviate pressure on the Celtics guards and wings, allowing them to take more risks and generate more turnovers. Secondly, Gafford is a great rebounder. Rebounding, often overlooked in the era of three-point shooting, remains a fundamental aspect of winning basketball. The Celtics have, at times, struggled on the glass, giving up crucial offensive rebounds that lead to second-chance points for opponents. Gafford's ability to crash the boards, both offensively and defensively, would provide a much-needed boost. On defense, he would help secure possessions, limiting opponents to one shot and allowing the Celtics to push the pace in transition. On offense, his offensive rebounding prowess would create extra scoring opportunities, giving the Celtics valuable second chances and putting pressure on opposing defenses. Crucially, Gafford has never been a score-first guy, and for the Boston Celtics, this is not a weakness. It's a perfect alignment with their existing offensive philosophy. With established scorers like Jaylen Brown and dynamic playmakers like Peyton Pritchard and Derek White already taking a majority of the shots, the Celtics don't need their center to be a high-volume scorer. What they need is a player who can set solid screens, roll hard to the basket, finish efficiently on lobs and putbacks, and most importantly, anchor their defense. Gafford excels in these areas. His offensive game is efficient and complementary, allowing the Celtics' primary offensive weapons to operate without feeling the need to force shots or create for a center who demands touches. He understands his role, plays within himself, and contributes to winning basketball without needing the ball in his hands constantly. Furthermore, Gafford's current situation with the Dallas Mavericks isn't ideal for him, creating a potential opening for the Celtics. He's stuck sharing minutes in a crowded frontcourt rotation that includes Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and PJ Washington. This logjam limits his opportunities, prevents him from establishing a consistent rhythm, and ultimately hinders his ability to showcase his full potential. A move to Boston would offer him a clear path to becoming the immediate starting center, a role where he could truly thrive and maximize his impact. This isn't just a trade, it's a liberation for Gafford, an opportunity to step into a situation where his unique skills are not only valued but desperately needed. The proposed trade package, as outlined by Durrett, would see the Celtics ship Anfernee Simons to the Mavericks in a deal centered around Gafford. This is where the strategic brilliance and perhaps the emotional difficulty of the trade comes into play. Simons, a talented guard with a significant contract, represents a valuable asset for the Celtics. However, his fit within the current Celtics roster, particularly with the emergence of other guards and wings, might not be as critical as the need for a dominant center. Shedding Simons' contract, which is likely in the $100 million range over its duration, would not only facilitate the acquisition of Gafford, but also provide the Celtics with greater financial flexibility moving forward. It's a bold move, a willingness to part with a talented player to address a more pressing need, and it underscores the Celtics' ruthless efficiency in their pursuit of a championship. This trade, if executed, would have both immediate and long-term benefits for the Boston Celtics. Immediately, Gafford would step in as the starting center, providing the elite rim protection and rebounding that the team desperately lacks. His presence would instantly solidify their defense, allowing them to compete more effectively against the league's top teams and giving them a much-needed physical presence in the paint. The impact on their defensive rating, their ability to control the glass, and their overall defensive identity would be profound. In the long term, Gafford, at just 27 years old, is still in the prime of his career. He's not a short-term rental. He could be a foundational piece for the Celtics for years to come, helping them compete for championships well into the future. His age aligns perfectly with the core of the Celtics roster, ensuring that this move isn't just about immediate gratification, but about sustained excellence. Acquiring a player of his caliber at his age to fill such a critical need would be a masterstroke of asset management and roster construction. Shedding Simons' contract and acquiring Gafford would be a great move for Boston moving forward, a clear signal of their intent to build a truly complete and dominant team. This potential trade isn't just about swapping players. It's about the Boston Celtics making a definitive statement. It's about them looking at their 5-6 record, acknowledging their struggles, and refusing to simply hope for improvement. It's about them demonstrating an unwavering commitment to their championship aspirations, a willingness to make the tough decisions, and a strategic vision that prioritizes winning above all else. This is the kind of move that separates contenders from pretenders, the kind of bold action that can ignite a season and propel a team towards its ultimate goal. The Celtics have a problem, and Daniel Gafford, acquired in a shrewd deal for Anfernee Simons, might just be the perfect long-term solution they've been desperately searching for. What a fascinating and potentially game-changing scenario for the Boston Celtics. The idea of acquiring Daniel Gafford to solve their center woes, even if it means parting with a talented player like Anfernee Simons, is a bold statement of intent. It's the kind of move that could truly define their season. What do you think about this proposed trade? Is Daniel Gafford the missing piece for the Celtics? And would you be willing to trade Anfernee Simons to get him? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. We want to hear your take on this high-stakes decision. And if you've enjoyed this deep dive into the heart of the Celtics championship aspirations, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more unfiltered analysis and passionate basketball discussion.